Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Welcome to the show. BJ and I are in the same room.
We are.
Long time coming. Paddy's in some sort of storeroom. What's going on, Paddy? You're making forts out of boxes or something.
This is the only time I can get any peace and quiet is if I build an actual fort and lock myself in a storeroom. That's I've had to do it. This is what I've had to do. This is what I have to resort to.
For anyone not watching on YouTube, Paddy's in a room full of, what are they?
Boxes of money.
Can't you put yourself on a tropical island or something there?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, mate.
Change the background so you're on the beach.
I'm too honest. I'm in the cupboard. I'm in the cupboard. I'm in the doghouse.
On a tropical island, and he's changed his background to that.
Yeah, he is actually on the beach and he's changed.
Oh, a seagull.
So we're currently we're still working on getting Pat to move up to the Gold Coast. As everyone that listened to the Magic Moons episode knows, we got BJ up here. We're in BJ's house, right in a beautiful home.
Thank you. We
right on the beach too. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, walk out there.
Doing too well.
Thanks for that.
Doing too well. Geez, we had a huge start of the year. Bit stop-start, obviously. We had the Magic Moons episode come out 2 weeks back. Last week, we had a technical glitch. I had no internet, which a lot of you guys that tuned into the Friday Night Live video on Tips and Slips know my internet bad at the best of times, so I actually was completely offline. And then, geez, boys, Magic Moons is one of the biggest weeks of my life.
It was good. It was a cracking week. We had good food. We drank good beers. So.
I've literally only just recovered. I had a bit more than a hangover, obviously. So I've only just got over the hangover. Paddy, how are you feeling? You went extremely hard.
My head's clear now. It's taken 10 days, but
10-day hangover.
What a week. For anyone that hasn't done it yet, you've got to get up to Magic Millions. We're not joking. When we talk about it so much, about how much fun we have, I'll tell you what, a lot of the times you build something up and it doesn't reach your expectation, but that was quite the trip. I think I haven't got home in the AMs like that since I was a young bloke.
You were stripping out. Whether you staying at the casino was a good idea, we're not sure. We don't know the truth to that answer just yet. But it was I hope it came through on that Wednesday night podcast that we did, because we had a good night Wednesday night. We recorded the party. We went out for tea, a couple of glasses of red. Hildo came and joined us a bit later. We went to Chinelli's. Thursday night we had the Calcutta, which, look, fantastic event, but it is rigged.
I don't know if it's rigged.
It's rigged. We bought $2,000 worth of tickets.
There was a lot of tickets in there, though.
Nothing. Nada. Coolangatta went for 40,000, I think it was, at the Calcutta.
40.
It was a good buy in the end. The Calcutta was fantastic. We had a group that was kind of made up of all the leg up people, and then we had 3 lucky members that were able to join us.
It was nice to meet a few of the members.
Well, Friday went to the sales, and we had a great day, great night, etc., etc. But on Saturday, we had our very first official members only event. So we hired out the pub. We put on the food. We put on the drink. We had about 30 blokes rock up. We had a lot of people, unfortunately, pull out the last minute due to either getting COVID or anything like that. We ran sweeps. We ran a punters club. It was a massive success as an event, but dead set one of the best days I've had for a very, very long time.
It's good. It was a good day.
But
it's good that we found a few minutes late too.
Yes, very, very, very good that you got to. We had a little bit of a slow start, but the members were very happy in the end that we got
the double up.
We got the double up.
Let's dance all up
King of Sparta. It was just great to meet a lot of these guys as well. Pat, do you remember any of them?
Mate, big day too, backing winners with it. Mate, what a bunch of great blokes.
Bloody oath.
You could walk into a day like that and, the guys probably everyone was sort of on the same level of wanting to be blind and punting, which is makes it a great Saturday.
Oh,
Like
we
no,
don't condone that, obviously, but
yeah, we don't condone it, but we do it.
The punting part we do. Oh, it was a huge day.
But
huge
still,
day.
I was expecting some people to bring their sheets and analyze and like sit there and really go through the numbers and that. But everyone sort of was just happy to have a beer and a bit of banter and some punts, and that made it. Yeah, it gave the day a lot of momentum and a lot of happiness. It was a great day.
We had on Friday at the sales, we got to go over to Adam Campton's set up Campton Racing. We got to meet our horse, Diwali Lights, which we'll get an update in a second. The people's horse, the podcast horse. We got to see the big, gorgeous horse, by the way. Fantastic facilities Campo's got over there as well.
Oh, it's a horse holiday.
Isn't it amazing?
It's a good spot.
Good spot. Rolled in, he had the beers going for us. We got to see the horses. We looked at other horses.
Tommy came over later and
got
to meet Tommy.
We're sitting there as we're about to finish up having a couple of beers and head back to the sales. Bloody Tommy Berry rolls in. And DJC, who
jumped out of a cake, didn't he?
DJC, so he did a fantastic job on the podcast last week, Daniel. I had my back to the door, and DJC is a huge fan of Tommy Berry. And I had my back to DJC and the door, and I just hear this, "Oh God, Sam, look at this."
That wasn't a setup.
No,
it wasn't a setup.
And DJC is about 2 inches from Tommy Berry's face when he said that. But no, Tommy gave us plenty of good time. We got plenty of time. Took a heap of photos with the boys and spoke to us.
When we ran to James at the at lunch?
Yeah, we spoke to James, and Pat and I didn't. Geez, you were quick to drop us. Hey, Blake. Oh, hey, James.
Hey, Blake.
I went to look for you guys, and then you were gone.
We're literally right behind you, and you were pushing us out of the way.
Who you with? Just taking some drop kicks out the lunch.
Just penned us all to talk to J-Mac. But yeah, so we talked to Campo. So Campo had his first runner on Saturday, Lord Markle out at Warwick. Was it Warwick?
Yeah, Lord Markle, Warwick, yeah.
So
it's a big drive for Campo too.
Yeah, I know. Magic Moons Day, he's committed. I'll tell you that right now.
It's good. You know what they say?
No.
Keep your horses in the worst company, yourself in the best.
Oh, it's good. That's very good.
Yeah. And that's what Campo did.
He did. He got him out to Warwick, and I said, "Listen, it'll be running tomorrow. We'll be having the members event. What do you reckon?" And he said, "The only thing that beats it's the barrier."
He poured a little bit of cold water.
He did a little bit.
A little bit of cold water. But he was nervous because it was his first run.
So obviously, I didn't want to work on his nerves, but I stopped the members event, stood up in the front and said, "Guys, Campo's horse is about to race. He's told us the barrier is going to beat it. Up to you if you guys want to back it. We're going to truckload it." Anyway, everyone truckloaded it, and it saluted. We put the video up on stories. I'll put it up again. It was the best having a win all that together. That was dead set. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Lord Markle at the members only event. So if you aren't involved with members only, you've got to ask yourself, why aren't you?
Jump on.
What's
$10
the
a week?
$10 a week. Where's the next event? Sydney?
We would Everest Day or something like that.
That'd be
That's a little bit wild.
No, we need to do something beforehand. Yeah, we need something beforehand.
Slip of time.
So absolutely fantastic. Just quickly, how is Diwali Lights going? We're going to have a trial now, or we?
Yeah. He's already had. He's had 2 trials. He's going to have one more trial, and we're setting him up to go 1,400 meters first up.
Ooh.
We're going to light him up.
We're going to let the listeners know.
And he'll be winning.
The people.
Hopefully, Kempo will be 2 for 2.
The podcast horse.
Yeah, Diwali Lights. His form from Sydney was good, and Kempo reckons he's fine. So.
Oh, good. Good. We own it.
But he's going to get better over further. Whatever happens, he's going to get over. Because Kempo reckons he's going to get to 1.25 miles. But
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Pushing some interesting races there.
We're going to light him up over 1,400 meters first up and claim on him.
Where are we watching it? Ipswich.
But I think he's going to go to like somewhere in Sydney, actually, like Mooloolaba or something like that. New South Wales.
It's like 50 minutes from here.
Isn't that in New South Wales?
Yeah, it's not in Sydney though.
No, but it's
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's going to go to Sydney. Like, spell it up.
Oh, I'll go to that one. I'll go to that one.
But you're in Sydney. We'll meet you at Mooloolaba.
No, but we'll be going.
I will 100% be going.
100%.
So yeah, it was a fantastic week. Great recap. And I tell you what, you boys were very, very popular. Last episode's results from the $100 betting strategy. So I'll do a really, really quick recap. BJ, you had $40 on Snap Dancer at $4.
That's a good bet.
You had $40 on King of Sparta at $6 when the potty went out.
Yeah, there was no. I don't think there was any deductions there, and he started favourite like $3.70 or something.
Jeez, that
really
was-
well supported.
Everyone was very happy with that one because that was the double that was tipped in members only as well. So everyone had the $24 double. And Paddy, you had a $50 double for the $100 strategy as well. You had $50. In fact, you had $50 on Warmth to win. Iron Lethal to place. Iron Lethal was a fantastic run. Didn't place, unfortunately, but it went enormous. He had $50 at $7.60 Isotope into Coolangatta. So you netted $3.80 off that. BJ, I think you took the lead with the $400 return, obviously minus our $100 betting strategy. So you currently
$280.
Yeah, you're sitting. BJ, no, Pat's sitting at 280. You're sitting at 300.
Ah, fine. Imagine if Pat took like a little Trixie with the 3 out of the 4.
What, put Warmth in there?
Yeah, if he had a Trixie and he had all the doubles and he had a Trixie and he had a
Just to
Yeah,
get the 3
4-way.
out of the 4.
that would have been good.
So next time, Pat,
He would have
put
been
a Trixie on.
Put a Trixie on.
Put a Trixie on.
I haven't heard of a Trixie, but are we just giving stuff nicknames now?
No, I think it's called a Trixie.
Yeah, it is. The Trixie
Like,
is we have the
it's
4,
true.
and then we just need 3 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have took the 4 and had a quanger.
Hey, Patty, I think your quanger just gone up.
Oh, hang on, me quanger's hard.
Uh-oh, hose it off. Hose it off. So that was a recap of the last episode. Is there anything we've missed this week, BJ? Anything out there in the Twitterverse?
Oh yeah, did you see that horse of Henry Dwyer's trial with a big erection?
Where is this show going?
I have to admit, I don't know if I've got it here, but we saw the vision on, I think it came up punters.com or whatever it was eventually.
It ran around with 5 legs.
It really, really did. But Pat, I think this is probably a group chat with Hildo and me that you've got on mute. But Hildo actually sent us the voice report through it.
Play it.
And he
No,
said,
I've heard this one.
yeah, it is too good. And he sits there and he says, he goes, I've never seen this before in my life. And he got a little bit amped up. I'll have a quick.
I thought the voice report was about Hildo at the Magic Millions, but
I heard Hildo was trying to do his best work.
he's the loose moose specialist. They gave him a jersey.
Loose Moose was actually a little bit quiet this year.
I have to admit, there was still less
last
people
years.
there.
Seemed to
Yeah.
close a bit early.
Yeah, I think that one closes when they're not busy.
I think they've always closed up. Like they don't close too late ever. I don't think. I think like 1 or 2 o'clock's the latest as they close, but usually that's cut.
I wasn't able to be there. Simon Moore.
Hold on.
You got to turn it up.
Yeah, sorry. It was all.
I wasn't able to be there, but I wasn't able to be there. But my assistant trainer Simon Morris rang me after his trial and said that he's seen a first in his 40 years of training. He's never seen a horse trial with an erection. Prior to the jump out, and if you look at the footage, the first probably 400 metres of the trial, he couldn't gallop properly because he got a 5th leg hanging down there in the middle, which, as you can imagine, would be quite uncomfortable trying to stretch out with.
So then, in case you did miss it, make sure you go back and see it because it's interesting.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's definitely pretty funny.
It's very good. Anything else we missed?
Did you see we got mentioned by punters?
Yeah,
for a
so
tweet that we did.
yeah, so we put out a couple of questions on Twitter. One of the big talking points, which we'll get into right now, is Pikey's going to Sydney.
Yeah, Pikey's an anti-vaxxer and he's coming to Sydney.
Well, I don't think he's an anti-vaxxer, but his wife is, and he's
He's an anti-vaxxer by association.
yes, that's true. So so the question we put on Twitter is, well, you actually
We labelled
have
5 jockeys. I think we said James, Tommy, Huey, Nash, and Colette. And then we said, where would Pikey land amongst Sydney's top 5 riders. And Brett Kavanagh chimed in and said 13th. And that got a bit of virality.
Yeah. So punters.com shared our tweet and everything like that, saying that, you know, he's come in and he's
chimed in. He's chimed in and said 13th.
Is that?
I'm not sure that it's still there, but
I think Brett might have deleted it.
He's actually got a couple of interesting tweets recently, still about that. But I'm not sure. Paddy, where do you think Pikey will land when he gets to Sydney?
Well, I spoke to Pikey and I said Brett Kavanagh thinks he's the 13th best jockey in Sydney, and he said who? So his care factor for Brett Kavanagh calling him the 13th best was not very high. I would have Pikey in the top 4 for sure.
Ooh.
Without having to name my top 4, he would be up there, mate. He's a freak, an absolute freakish horseman. He's gone to Melbourne and done it all. He does it all every week in WA. There's no doubt that he's going to compete. And like we spoke to him about Hong Kong, he couldn't get the right rides in Hong Kong to compete at that level. And I think it's probably the same reason that he's ended up riding in Sydney, that he has that country attitude that is probably not agreeable in some places. And that doesn't help his cause a lot of the time. He's probably not as good a salesman as a lot of the other jockeys as well.
But he'll get those rides. Like, he doesn't need to sell himself. I think
he'll get rides, definitely.
He'll for sure get those rides.
He's going to get rides off Hawksy. He's going to get rides off Waller, which are 2 good stables for
Ian Neesham is jumping in there too. So
NFL. I actually think that he'll land outside the top 5 in Sydney. I just think it's that strong in Sydney.
He'll be top 10, though.
Top 10.
Yeah.
5 to 10.
I'll bet your case of Erie ends up in the top 5.
Okay, what? Next season?
From now till the end of this season.
Okay.
Or from whenever he comes
give
in.
him a short season.
You'll have to do the stats.
From whenever he comes in.
Actually, I've got there's Mr. Bet tweeted something to Brett Kavanagh. They said 2021-22 season, he has generated 13 times the amount of prize money you have. Speaking of William Pike.
Wow.
So Brett Kavanagh's earned 460,000 and William Pike's earned 6.3 million. That's in prize money total. And Kavanagh's came back and said, "Give me Bob Peters, you clown." Which is fair enough.
He's copped some flack for that. But I'll tell you what,
he's a good trainer, don't worry about that.
It's so Newsweek for punters.com to be posting our tweet and saying that Brett Kavanagh said this.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Blakey. How long until the ice cream man, Bob Peters, is not giving horses to Grant and Alana Williams? Is that going to start soon? Or how long till they go to Melbourne?
Well, Grant and Alana are going to Melbourne. They're opening a stable in Melbourne.
Yeah. Do you know how long? Do you know when that begins?
Well, it'll be this year because they want to take that horse to a Cox Plate. What's his name? Western Empire.
Yeah,
Western Empire.
Yeah. I think he's a real horse, so I'm excited to see them over in Melbourne. But
not one of those fake horses.
Because they gave Arcadia Queen to Waller for a little while at one stage.
Well, how come he hasn't, like, if they're setting up a stable in Melbourne, why didn't he go to Melbourne? Is it
because you got to be vaccinated at some, like, it's not in yet, but I think by end of January, which is coming up soon, you have to be vaccinated. All licensed participants.
And the funny thing is, Volandi's done a similar thing for the NRL. He threw it back onto the clubs and said, "You guys sort it out,
you get them,
and just let the cards fall." So it's pretty interesting that New South Wales, probably the biggest state of racing in Australia, hasn't sort of taken a stance on the vaccination. But carry on, play on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, everybody in New South Wales is going to have had COVID very soon, so it doesn't really matter.
Remember we were talking last episode how I was laughing that you'd had COVID?
Yeah. I was one of the first. I was patient 0.
Well, someone at Millions gave it to me. So.
Heaps of people at Millions got it. I am unable to get it. I'm telling you.
I don't know how you ever got it.
You've already had it, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. You've already had it.
You were a super spreader in Sydney.
Yeah,
sure.
your shop's a super spreader event.
I think I ate a bat while I was in.
Oh,
Jeez.
All right, we'll leave that out. We did have another Twitter question this week that we got a great response to, which was, if you could take stock in one young rider, who would you choose? Now, they can't, criteria is no Group 1 wins. So we had a lot of feedback on that. Paddy, who would you take, if you had to take stock in a young rider, up and coming, who would you take stock in?
I reckon in the next 3 years, Dylan Gibbons will win a Group 1.
That'd be good for Hildo, wouldn't it?
Who?
Doesn't
Oh,
Hildo-
yeah, Hildo
manages him.
I can't wait. The card will be on the bar at Loose Moose that night. I'll tell you that.
Jeez, yeah, it will. Yeah, Dylan Gibbons, he's absolutely flying. He's a fantastic
See,
rider.
3
Good
years.
breeding.
That's probably by the end of his apprenticeship, Paddy. That's a big call.
I think he'll knock one out early. Mate, he's a good jockey.
Definitely.
He is a
Definitely.
good jockey.
Yeah.
And out of good stock as well. They seem to the jockeys, the apprentices around right now seem to be out of jockeys as well.
Yeah, I think I would I'd probably go the other way. Chris Lee's other apprentice, Bailey Wheeler. I think he's the best up and coming rider in Sydney, but he hasn't rode as many winners as Dylan, but he hasn't been around as long. But I wouldn't think that there's
Dylan's
much
obviously
between
got a
them.
better manager getting in those rides, etc.
Who knows? Hildo might end up managing Bailey as well.
Bailey, give Luke Hilton a call.
Yeah,
Obviously,
definitely
get the
Bailey.
calls for Dylan. So, what was probably the most popular answer from Twitter?
Well, we're going to have a lot of Bailey Wheeler and Dylan Gibbons. A bit of Josh Richards from Melbourne. Then you've got Brock Ryan, Reece
Brock Ryan.
Jones.
Reece Jones, absolutely. Alicia Collette.
Brock
She's-
Ryan's going to find
she's
it
a
hard
guy.
now.
Well, Brock's why is Brock going to find it hard? He's
He's
a
out with
fully
his play.
fledged jock. Yeah,
Yeah, but
but if
then
we're
he's-
talking about top notch, where we want jockeys to go on after they've outridden their claim.
yeah, but you know, like for example, if he thinks he's going to ride in Sydney consistently and get good rides, and then next minute bloody William Pike's turning up, it sort of just it knocks you down one more down on the list.
Yeah,
So
you just dropped a peg regardless.
it's
But that's
tough
with
enough.
all of them.
Yeah, but Brock's done a good job, I reckon, since he lost his claim. Like the first day that he rode as he had, I don't know whether it was the first day he rode as a fully fledged jockey. He won on that horse. He won the gong on Count to Rupert,
Oh yeah,
and that was
that was a great ride.
just
too,
about the
wasn't it?
ride of the year.
Yeah, it's a great
So,
ride.
yeah, and he's a lightweight rider, Brock, as well, so that plays in his favour. As is Alicia.
As Alicia, I reckon she's that's who I'll be taking stock in. She's an absolute gun. We're going to cover 2 races tonight. Then we're going to get into the $100 strategy. We're going to start with Moonee Valley Race 7. We've got the Australia Stakes this weekend, 1,200 metres. It's going to be a stinker of a day down there. They're claiming it's going to be a soft 5. I'm not sure what rain they got coming into it, but it's going to be about 32 degrees on the day. Currently, our favourite is Marabai, which is currently $1.75 with player. Lightsaber at $7, Sinawan at $8, Streets of Avalon $8.50, Turath $9, Wild Planet and the rest of these crew at double figure odds. All right, Beach, I'll start with you. Who are you liking in the Australia Stakes?
I actually haven't had a look at this race. I've passed this race once.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, so when you rode Australia Stakes, you just wanted him to do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I did it.
That's
So
good.
did you do this one and you did the Expressway?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right.
Well done.
What are you
Well done.
liking? What are you liking at
Sorry, I should have been clear.
in the Australia Stakes? That's all right, mate. We've been very, very busy.
Well, in all honesty, I tried to look for value in the Australia Stakes around Marabai, but a lot of the horses running in, I feel like this is a Group 2 that it could just knock off and panel this field, because a lot of these horses are 1,400 metre and beyond horses. Its 1,200 metre record is far superior than I feel like anything in this field. And yeah, I can just see it getting a cushy run, probably in behind Streets of Avalon I think, yeah, I can see it putting a space on this field. So I have got it on top and by a long way.
What's it going for? It's 6th win on the trot.
Yes,
6 on the trot, but also like none of these in this field have good form over 1,200 meters. They're all sort of 1,400 meter horses. So it's an interesting one, and it's into its prep. A few of these are first up. I think probably looking down the road a little bit further. So
Yeah.
similar to the Expressway in Sydney. But yeah, it's
Yeah. Well, what's Maribor? It's won 3 out of 1,200 meters already, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it doesn't light me on fire, this race. I would have loved to have, if it wasn't at the Valley, it's got good Valley form as well, and a lot of these don't have good Valley form.
Yeah.
So I wanted to sort of lean towards Wild Planet, but it's going to come from behind, and it's going to be off and gone, Marabai, by the time Wild Planet starts chasing it. So yeah, happy to be with the leader or one that's going to be up there in the top 4 on the speed, and it just it could be anything, this horse.
Yeah, bloody oath. No, it's a serious horse. You know, it's had a win at Caulfield, going the other way, front of away game and past the fell. I think you're right.
Has done it.
Dead set, just put absolute panels on it.
5 for 5, and the margins have been huge.
Yeah,
has done it easy and been well backed every time. So
yeah, I'm excited.
There's another one, Chirath, but yeah, it sort of faded last start when I thought it could have been a bit stronger over the 1,200 meters. Cinnawon, the Irish horse that beat I Am Superman and Streets of Avalon last start. It's a 1,400 meter horse, I think, and beyond. It just doesn't. Do you know what? Every time I see Streets of Avalon, I think about that time that I beat Imaging. So I definitely hope it doesn't win.
That's what you should do. Give us a tip and then who you're death riding.
I don't need a death rider, mate, because I think Marabai will be in the strategy, and it's in
a big way. Quinella, maybe.
No, I think it's going to be an all-up, a big all-up.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's have a look at the other hotly anticipated race. Rosehill Gardens, race 7, 1,200 metres, Group 2, 4X Expressway Stakes.
Yeah, Queensland.
4X, lovely.
Did you do this one, Blake?
Yeah.
You didn't do this one.
It wasn't hard.
It's no, it's not. Anamoe returns. Currently $1.70 with play up. Forbidden Love $7. Standout $7.50. Tiger and Malay, bloody very, very tough horse. $8, but does anything
Sorry, mate.
Anamoe?
Can I pull you up for 1 second, Woodhead? Are you reading those prices off RaceNet?
No, why?
I think they've got the crappy prices on RaceNet due to sponsors.
What price are you getting for who I just said?
Just for standout, getting $8 on Sportsbet, but only $7.50 on RaceNet. It was the same with Marabai, was $1.80 to $1.70.
Yeah, I think they've got I think RaceNet now has the prices brought to you by Moneyball. You got to go and change the thing. But
that's a good movie, Moneyball. You watch that? Brad Pitt.
Oh, is that when they bought the baseball team?
Yeah,
that's a fantastic movie. That's up there as one of the best sports movies.
It's a good movie.
But yeah, hey, we digress. Is anything beat Anamoe, or are we just...
Not for mine. He's too good for these. First up, last preparation. He beat subsequent Group 1 winner in the Congo. That was over 1,200 metres. This is 1,200 metres. He trotted super. He went on to be, you would say, unlucky not to win a cocked plate.
Yeah.
Some of the horses in this race have benchmark form. So yeah, he's just going to be too good for them.
Paddy, you agree?
No, I think I think being first up in the prep, maybe they're looking a bit down the road. Yes, it does have the runs on the board, Anamoe, and it'll probably get it done. But standout, its last win was in this race 2 years ago, first up. Trialled nice behind Nature Strip. I think this race could be a bit of value. I thought it was going to be around the $10 mark, but yeah, I'm still happy to take $8 about it. Standout as well. So I think we're having something small on it.
Well, if you can get Standout home for the first time in 727 days,
what a beginning to the year that'll be.
I'll definitely pat you on the back, I tell you.
This is its year, 2022, Standout's year.
Do you really think that standouts in the same class. I know the standouts, like he's matched it with some
I think
some good Group 1 sprinters.
But yeah, the fact that it's run a length to Eduardo, a length to Masked Crusader, a length to Big Parade, it could do this first up as far as Anamoe being like looking for races over further distances. Like I think we get obsessed here, most in Australia, about horses winning first up, when in actual fact it probably shouldn't be suited Anamoe by a 1,200 meter race. Like it's not its pet distance.
Yeah, no doubt, but he's too good.
Possibly will be. And the price, you're taking the price to say that as well. You're probably going to take, I reckon you probably take $1.60, $1.50 on the day, but I think at $8 to $10 standout is a good bet. And it's won this race before, which shows that it can peak at this time of year.
Good luck, Paddy boy.
Well, how about you go head to head anyway? Let's rip into the $100 strategy. I'm going to say losers away.
Yeah.
Obviously not me. I meant Pat.
Oh, did you read out how you're going in the $100?
I can't remember. It was a big
Minus
day.
100.
Do you have to get runs to go on the board for the?
I'll tell you what, my results won't be on the board. I'll do a quaddie. I'll do a $100 quaddie because I'm teaching Pat how to win quaddies at the moment.
Well, you're not doing your lotto numbers on the show. They can be for the socials.
Check us out. TikTok.
Yeah, we've got I think 81 followers on TikTok now. So we're
the
building the leg up. The leg up. Follow us on TikTok.
Isn't it the leg up, Osborne? It's just the leg up.
The leg up.
What kind of content are you putting up there? Like,
it's a surprise. You
lean
see, I'm
with it, rock with it.
Yeah, like I just put dances on.
So
my quaddie will be up
jokes on
there.
there.
I'll do that.
This will be the next
The
content.
losing followers.
Sydney race 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First leg of the quaddie.
Yeah, I'll put it up there.
We actually,
I go wide.
we got the quaddie in Sydney. The members only got the quaddie
We
in
did.
Sydney on Saturday.
We
Paid
did.
3,000.
It paid bloody beautifully.
Yeah,
Didn't it
that's
pay?
good.
We had a bit of that.
We had a bit of that. A little bit of that.
Look at these eyebrows go.
Oh,
hello. Hello.
All right,
I'll
then.
tell you what,
What?
we put no compromise in the quaddie, and he was, I would say, a little bit stiff, and he ran third, and he was $61.
Oh, as
If
stiff
he
as
had
that.
won,
That's
that
stiff.
it probably would have paid 30 or 40,000.
Yeah, that would have been massive. It was a good quaddie. It was a good quaddie to get.
Was it as stiff as that horse of Henry Dwyer's?
Yeah, it was as stiff as Henry Wise
Oh.
horses.
Paddy, you kick us off. What are you doing with your $100 this week?
With my big hungy, while we're here, while we're at the Expressway Stakes,
We're here.
while we're talking about standout, my first bet will be 25 win on standouts.
Have you got this all written down that you can send it to me, please, so I can put it up
I can
on
write
these
it down.
socials? No, I
I
need
do.
it typed up.
I do. I've got it typed up.
Good
I
boy.
also, in that same race, I want to have a $25 Quinella standout and Anamoe.
Oh, there we go. It's
So that's the first 50 gone there.
2.5 getting out in one race. Okay, let's go.
Yep. Going to the next race, race 8 in Sydney.
Yep.
I
The Ned Whiskey Handicap.
Is that what it's called?
The Ned Whiskey. Not Ned's. Ned Whiskey.
I think the number 4, it needed that run first up, coming up against a similar field here. I think it will go straight past these horses in this race. I think it's a nice horse, so I'm putting it in for a win. All up, Marabai in the Australia Stakes in Melbourne.
Ooh.
All up.
Oh,
Wait for it, guys.
sounds like DJC.
I've just got to get the race number. This is going to be a 3-leggy.
Where are we?
Canterbury, race 7, number
Oh.
7, the night meeting
On the Friday.
on the Friday.
Wait,
Hey.
it's a Friday.
Mate of mine has a horse in. It's called Way to the Stars.
Oh, what price are you getting for Way to the
Oh,
Start?
he's 235.
Oh, that's all right.
It's a
So-
very good race.
What race is it?
It's on Friday night, so I think it's the last race on Friday night, or the 6th race. Pat said.
Seventh
it.
race. I think it's race 7, number 7.
Wow, okay. Race 7, number 7 at Canterbury Park. Let me just do it. It's just first Justify Yearlings Sprint and number 7 Way to the Stars. Absolutely. 270.
that will be for a $50.
270
multi.
for a good price.
Yeah, 270 is with Play Up. Our friends over at Play Up. Go give them a try. Got some good prices coming up this weekend.
Well, I actually thought it was 235, so that is a pretty good price. I'd be interested
270
in that.
with Play Up.
But yeah, mate,
price.
If you are keen to start a Play Up account, there'll be links. There's links all over the page. You'll find us. Help. We like teaming up with Aussie bookies, so give them a look out. So that's it, Paddy.
That's me, mate. That is me for the $100 strategy.
Yeah, very nice. BJ, what do you got? Come on. We're waiting.
Okay, you guys are waiting. Okay, so my $100 strategy, we are going to start off in the Widden Stakes.
Oh,
so
no.
that is Rose Hill, race 2, right up the top, number 1, Ebha. So, no, that's not right. Rose Hill, race 3, number 1, Ebha.
Oh, jeez.
Race 3, number 1, Ebha. We're going to be taking $3. We're going to have $35 on her. I think she's going to be really hard to beat. She was good at Caulfield on debut. The horse that ran second to her came out. He ran well, probably should have won. $1 million English race in Sydney. She's trialled super. She's just going to find herself on speed, and her main dangers are going to have to give her a start. So I think she's very good. She's going to put herself on the speed, and I think she's a touch over. So we're going to have $35 on her. And then we are going to go down to race 8. Hang on. Sorry, I should have got these race numbers out. Race 7. No, that's Anamoe. Race 8.
Oh,
We're going against each other here.
yeah, the Ned Whiskey, head to head.
Paddy, we are head to head here. I'm not going with Gigi. I'm going on with the horse on the 7-day backup, Omudji. I'm going to have $25 on him at $7. Last time he was really good. He was back in trip. He needed room sooner. That was over 1,400 meters. He had the second best last 200 meters of the meeting. He produced his best ever performance on a 4-day backup in the past. So 7 days, not a problem. Draws 8, gets the claim for Reece Jones. So we're going to be having $25 on him at $7. And then we're going to go to race 9, and I'm going to have $25 on number 4 Dream Circle at $13. He actually had the best last 400 meters of the day last start. He was 1,550 back to 1,100 meters. So he's going to be better suited here at 1,200. Hopefully he can sell a touch further, touch closer to speed, because he's just been getting too far back. So we're having $25 on him at $13. And last but not least, this is my roughie of the day. The last race, we're going to have $15 on Impasse at $20. He had the third best last 200 meters of the day. First up, that was over 1,200 meters. Shadow Crush has come out of that race and won last week. We tipped that horse in members only. 12 to 1,400 meters suits. 5 of his 7 wins have come at 1,200 meters. And yeah, he's going to get the right run, and he's going to improve sharply second up.
Something going on there. We'll make sure that is posted. Like we said, on the socials, on the stories and tips and slips, you'll be able to find it everywhere where the boys go. I'll have a go at the quaddie, but that's plenty to think about. Plenty going on this weekend. The racing's ramping up, isn't it?
It's all happening.
Yeah.
Before we go off the racing, what about the Expressway Stakes? You've got Wisdom of Water coming out of winning $1 million race, and then it's probably going to start 20 to 1 in at its next start.
Yeah, going well. He's a good horse. I actually threw him in my quaddie.
What is it?
So on the day, and I ended up getting it. So
oh, did you?
Got it twice.
So the quaddie for all the members?
I got it first.
Oh, okay.
took a bit of Gav's numbers, took a bit of mine.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, that's right, because we had Gav. I backed Wisdom of Water, and it was
that horse that you liked, Miami Fleece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a huge.
I took Miami Fleece and Wisdom of Water.
That was a huge disappointment. I was very happy to have a small bet on it. So before we did it last week. Obviously, we had DJC as our guest for the $100 strategy. We have asked. So how do you become a guest on the $100 strategy? You've got to be a member. Got to be a member. If you're keen to throw your selections up on your $100, we've got Rocket on the line.
Oh, dial him in.
It's like a cash cow, isn't it? He's only got Rocket. You only got 5. 5 rings to answer. All right, Rocket, how you going, mate? You there?
I'll wake up with a leg up.
Thanks, Sam. My best of the day from the trials is at Rose Hill, race 3, number 1, Epar. She looked to be in second gear in her trial. Very impressive. My next best is at Newcastle, race 7, number 3, Rebel County. He looked really good chasing fire down the straight in the trial. My Rockets Ruffy is at the Sunshine Coast, race 1, number 4, Happy Babe. He's very consistent. The track should suit. They take the 3 kilo claim.
Oh, he's
Rocket's gone.
hung up.
Must have run out of credit.
Hang on, we'll start Rocket again. Rock, we'll get you on the line again.
Thanks, Sam.
That was
The
big.
trials is at Rose Hill, race 3, number 1, Epar. She looked to be in second gear in her trial. Very impressive. My next best is at Newcastle, race 7, number 3, Rebel County. He looked really good chasing fire down the straight in the trial. My Rockets Ruffy is at the Sunshine Coast, race 1, number 4, Happy Babe. He's very consistent. The track should suit. They take the 3 kilo claim. Looks overs to me at $14. Thanks, boys. Have a cracker weekend, everyone.
Oh, cheers, Rocket.
Cheers, Rocket. That's,
Cheers, Rocket.
that was good.
interesting.
That was very, very good. So that's the first time we've done something like that. We're going to keep doing it this year. So Rocket is Rodney Hinchliff. He's a member. He puts a lot of stuff into tips and slips. He does his own trial files. He's actually sent through those selections and how he's going to bet it. So he's going to have $40 on Epar, $30 on Rebel County, then $10 each way on Happy Babe. That was Rocket's Ruffy at the Sunshine Coast. And then he's having a $10 multi, Epar win, Rebel County win, Happy Babe place. So appreciate that, Rocket. And if you do want to be featured on the show, make sure you're a member. We're putting this out there next week. So we're very, very, I really like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was happy with that too.
Very, very
Good
cool.
on you, Rocket. Thanks for
On you,
coming
Rocket.
on the show.
See ya. That's it, boys. That's it. We're done. We're back. You boys are
Going head to head again.
head to head. You're going head to head next week as well because I won't be joining you. But the week after we'll be back. We'll get some episodes under the belt and we'll knock them out. Get some winners. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Punters.
Cheers, mate.